The House Among the Trees tells the story of three thieves who break into a secluded house and come to discover that small towns can harbor very dark secrets. As the mystery begins to unravel, so does the bloodshed. Now, the cast and crew of this down-home horror film sit down to talk horror with your hosts. What's up, horror fam? Steven, A.K.A. Bojangles here, and come closer, my friends. I have something scary to tell you. Today, I'm going to enlist the help of my co-host Anna for what could be the most filmmakers we have ever had on the podcast at a single time. But I'm not about to take it easy on these guys because I'm out for blood on this one. So forget the tea. We're going to spill the guts on this one, my friends. So sit back and enjoy, horror fam. Alright, I'm here with the creative minds behind The House Among the Trees, which will be premiering July 17th at the Kentucky Theater in Lexington, Kentucky, baby. That's a mouthful.
Let's go.
Pick up your tickets now on Fandango or at KentuckyTheater.org. All right, man. Now, there is a lot of you hooligans running around this studio, man. So let's do this round table style. Tell us your name and what you did on the film.
Go for a tie.
All right, I'll give it a shot. All right, so my name's Tyler Horner. I'm the director and cinematographer, and I also story was by me as well. And then editor. A plethora of titles under my name, but director it is. So
Man of 1,000 hats.
I am the writer. I act in the movie, and I'm a producer on it as well. And then I think those are the main ones. You know, I carried some cases of water around too, uncredited.
He carried a watermelon. I love it.
I'm Wes Robinson. I play Jack, Neiman, Locksmith Services. I'm also a producer on the film.
And my name is Colin Lovelock. I play Matt in the film, and I am just an actor.
you're not just an actor, baby. You're more than that.
You're more.
I'm just an actor.
Producer credits or directing.
The holder of my heart.
Yeah.
You need to start owning that with I am the actor.
He is the actor.
Yeah, I feel like this is almost like one of those old school, like, dating by tape videos from the 80s. Like, so
no.
what qualities are you looking for in a woman, guys? So.
Yeah.
All right, man. So I'm going to let you ask this first question because as soon as you saw this happen, you wrote it down.
Yeah. What the hell is Diet Banana Blast? What is
Hell
that?
yes, let's go.
Okay. So its inception comes from. I'm from North Carolina originally, and there is a soft drink here called Cherry Lemon Sundrop, and they recently created a diet version, and I am a diet soda connoisseur. And so I had written in the screenplay that my character drinks diet Cherry Lemon Sundrop. And two of the other producers, Tyler and Jake Capronica, gave me notes back on that draft of the screenplay. Like, you have to take this out. We don't want to get sued by this company. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I can get permission from them. Like, they're like a local soda company. I don't think they would have an issue with it. But just kind of messing around, I changed it in the screenplay to Diet Banana Blast, thinking that everyone else would be like, okay, just keep Diet Cherry Lemon Sundrop. This is silly. And instead, everyone responded very positively to Diet Banana Blast. Yeah. And then Wes mocked up the logo. And then it was like, well, now we have to do it. So, Diet Banana Blast it is.
Yeah. Nice. I was immediately, I'm like, there's a story there. I need to know what it is. And I probably need to try a Diet Banana Blast.
It's not a real soda yet, but we are open to licensing it to any soda companies that are interested.
There you go.
Yeah,
man.
we made like a legit label and got like the right material and the right laminate and like made it as legit as possible. So we worked hard on it.
Oh yeah, it looks like a real soda bottle for sure.
Yeah, I did it. I worked hard on it. I was trying to.
Wes did all of it. I just
what? Yeah, he just power drank it. So.
It was Minute Maid lemonade, I think.
Dude, what
Yeah.
was so great about that is in the editing room, I was able to make it seem like you were drinking it for fucking 3 minutes straight if I wanted to. Like you. Anyway, it would cut back to Wes, cut back.
Still drinking.
Still drinking.
So what
That's
I will
great.
say about
That's funny.
shooting that is I can chug beverages very easily. Usually not, lemonade. And in like a bottle of I think it was like Minute Maid, just regular lemonade that I'm actually drinking in the movie. And I was like, oh, this won't be that hard. I thought I was gonna die. Like the acid reflux was immediately like, why are you putting
Gross, bro.
16 ounces of lemon juice in your body right now? So yeah, it was kind of torturous to drink. And I did drink that entire bottle. Like that was real, but not pleasant. I would have much rather had a banana flavored energy drink or
Did you drink
whatever.
multiple? I can't remember. Or
No,
did
it
you
was
drink
just
the
one.
one bottle?
Yeah, it was just one.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it
I don't know
had
if I
to
could
have
have
been
handled
because
yeah.
it had to have been at least because one, we wouldn't have had anywhere else to fill it up. Two, we did that scene and that bridge scene
In a
of you guys
water.
three talking and you're drinking it. We did that in like 2 takes max.
Yeah, that's right.
So
It's an empty
Yeah.
bottle right after that.
and there's a reason. Yeah, it was the end of the scene. That's all you
Oh,
get,
man.
baby.
Yeah, we did.
Dude.
Yeah, that's a fun story. We did do that in like 2 takes. We had such a little amount of time, and that was a working bridge, and like tourists were coming to take photos of it and stuff. So
To defend us as producers, that bridge is in the middle of nowhere.
Nowhere.
yeah,
And we were shooting on like a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. But apparently that's like a local destination for graduation photos for like local high
Oh my
schoolers.
gosh.
And every time one group would leave, another group would show up. And because it's like a public place, we can't tell them to leave. So we're like politely being like, hey, do you guys mind? And like most of them were as quiet as you can be taking photos, but still.
There was like
a
for the
hassle.
longest time, one of the shots that I had in like one of the first cuts of the movie, I never fucking realized it until like later on, but you could see somebody in the bottom left corner. And so I had to switch it out. And I was like, are you joking?
No, there were people
Come on.
everywhere.
I'm trying to make a movie.
We didn't think that
Fish
we
out.
would. We were
Alright.
like, it's so desolate over there. We won't have to worry about anyone being
Yeah, we won't worry about nothing.
driving through
We're
this bridge.
like 60 miles from Atlanta.
Right. I feel like there are 2 things that it doesn't matter how remote they are. It's waterfalls and covered bridges.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
that's probably
it.
true. Yeah,
Doesn't matter how hard it is to get there. Like people want pictures in front of that waterfall or
Yeah.
that covered bridge.
Yeah,
Right? Like,
yeah. You're so right with that.
we were
Dude,
shooting
like,
some interesting stuff. I mean, you guys saw the movie. You know what was on the bridge, so just they're just checking that out. They're like,
That had to be weird to some kids who were just trying to take some, graduation photos. Like, okay, all right. What kind of movie are you guys filming?
You know what's funny too with like with this film, I think we really lucked out with our locations. That's a big shout out to Larry Justice. But I think we have a lot of really cool locations. We have that bridge location in there. We have the house at the beginning. We have what else we have? Yeah, we just have a lot of really cool locations that we were able to use. So
Yeah, that house at the beginning is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
right?
beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
it's really
that-
cool.
So I gotta ask you, man, like,
Yeah.
what inspired the film, man? Like, was there some sort of like backstory? Was there a newspaper clipping you guys found somewhere, or what?
Okay, yeah. Blair and we tag team this question every single time. So I'll start it and he'll finish it. That's pretty much how it goes. So we actually, as a matter of fact, myself, Wes, and Blair, we all 3 met on a set a couple years ago. And myself and Blair particularly were not too thrilled with how things were going and the way that set was being ran. And so one day we met at go ahead, Blair, where did we meet?
We met at the only restaurant in town that was ever open, Dairy Queen, which honestly, I think our diet during that production was like 50% Dairy Queen, 50% Subway. Because like
That sounds accurate. That sounds right.
And
Right.
there's a younger actor who was in that movie, and his mom would occasionally make meals for us, like I think out of like pity of like these poor emaciated people. Here's some food but like for the most part, we would go out and go to this Dairy Queen and just like bitch essentially about how terrible the production was going. Like, God, this sucks. Like, we're being really taken advantage of, really underutilized. Like, if we were running this, it would be much smoother, essentially, is what we were saying. And
yeah, it's a weird, funny way to look at it, but it would have been.
It's true, and everyone knows it's true. Anyway, while we were complaining one day, Tyler was kind of getting on the idea of, like, if I were directing this, it wouldn't be falling apart like it is. And he started talking about how he wanted to direct his first feature, and then was like, I had this idea about 3 thieves who break into a house. Would you want to act in this movie? And I was like, sure. Where's the screenplay? And he was like, there isn't a screenplay. And I was like, could I maybe write the screenplay? And he was like, I think, Tyler, I've never asked you this. Were you apprehensive about that at all? Because you had no idea what my work as a screenwriter was when I suggested that to you.
In terms of like me pitching to you, or you kind of...
In terms of me writing it.
Like, oh no,
okay.
Well, because I know that for the most part, most people are better writers than I am. I mean, I'm not a writer for a reason. I'm still figuring all that out. So I was like, well, with the track record that up until that point I had gotten to know of you and the work that you had done, I trusted that alone. And also we had gotten along so well on that set up until that point. Literally from the first day we got on that set, we were like fucking buddy with it. So like I was not worried about it at all, dude. I liked who you were as a person. I trusted the things that you were telling me, and it was kind of that simple for me, dude.
Yeah, cool.
We
well,
seemed
like
to be on the same page,
2 years later, I'm finding
dude.
that out.
Well, listen, I mean, we talk about this a lot, but like, we seem to be on the same page about either the stuff we want to make or the stuff that we're interested in making. You know what I mean? Like, or seriously, that was the same thing, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you've seen both of the movies, this will be obvious after the fact, but we bonded over our love of the movie Detroit Rock City.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Same.
And
we were talking about that the other day.
No, it came up during the movie.
No way!
I quote it.
Oh shit!
You got spunk.
You got spunk. Yes.
That's what that's from.
Yeah, because you were like, thank God. Yeah,
I did because so in a lot of movies, men like to tell women they've got spunk, and in your movie, it's a man telling another man that he's got spunk. And I was like, oh, I love that. I'm so glad that was a dude telling another dude he's got spunk, and he was immediately Detroit Rock City.
That's right, baby.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my
that makes me
gosh.
so
You guys
happy.
have no idea. Yeah, Blair took it out of my mouth, dude. That's exactly what I was gonna say. That is incredible. Wow.
That's
crazy.
So the structure.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies.
You just made Tyler's whole year.
No, really, for real. I love that movie. I grew up watching that movie, and it was one of those things that, like, we pretty early on, we were kind of like realizing
it was a
wow,
reference
kind
point.
Of like it was like a reference point basically. And then, you know, of course we have that line in there which is directly shouting that out. And it's just, I love movies like that. It's all gas, no brakes. And even though that movie's more of a comedy than ours is, that still stands. You know?
Yeah. And as a writer on like a structural level, like a chaotic movie set predominantly all in one night, it's like, if you're going to utilize that format, it's like you look towards movies that do it perfectly. And I think Detroit Rock City like has perfect pacing, the perfect ending, everything comes together like really fluidly. The characters are great, the dynamic makes sense. Like it was all I looked at Detroit Rock City like, why does this movie work? And then kind of took those elements and applied the story that we had crafted into that.
Yep.
So yeah.
To that,
That
literally.
shit's
But
wild.
I guess
I love that.
Kind of bouncing all around here, but yeah, what inspired like the story of the movie that we ended up making? Like we ran through a couple very different versions early on. Like originally the idea, like I don't want to spoil it too much, but the original version that we came up with was like more of a haunted house movie, and we just like we couldn't kind of. Everything just felt like us doing someone else's movie, which was what we were really trying to avoid. And one day, like Tyler and I were just talking, I think Jake was on the call too, and it was like, let's just make the craziest movie that we can do without a lot of money. And I like threw out, I'm like, what if it was just like a, run all night type movie? And both of them were like, we love those kinds of movies. And then it just kept snowballing from there. And like multiple times a week we would hop on phone calls and I'd be like, here's what I'm thinking. Like, I think we should have this happen. And both of them were like very open to every crazy idea that I had. And ultimately it just ended up being, for the most part, it ended up being the movie that we shot. I did have to do a major revision 1 week before principal photography, but that's a whole other story.
Jeez.
Oh, damn, dude.
But you're right. Like that's what makes movies like that and like yours like work, is that constant sense of everything that could go wrong does.
Yeah.
Totally.
And the constant
Absolutely.
like surprises.
It did. It did.
Oh no.
Plenty.
More stories behind there.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
There are some stories behind the glasses for sure.
Murphy's Law was present the entire time.
Dude.
That's any independent movie. Like, it just is what it is. But Murphy's Law came at the absolute last minute every single time it arrived during pre-production and production of this movie. And, you just gotta roll with it.
A lot of the
Figure out a way to
problems,
solve the
though,
problem.
a lot of the things that happened to us ended up like working out in our favor.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so like the movie's totally a different film because of some of the things that happened that I don't think we knew if we were going to bounce back from too easily. But it changed the whole film, and for the better, I think.
Essentially, we were, I won't get into the backstory of it, but essentially what happened was we were supposed to shoot a majority of the film within that house at the first 15, like that's in the first 15 minutes of the movie. And due to something that happened, we had to pivot, and is what you see today. But if we would have stuck in the house, this movie would have been completely different. And I think for the better, it changed, into what it is now. So it's just funny how that works.
There are characters who had one scene or two scenes in the original screenplay that we were going to, in the original shooting script, I should say, had like two scenes that are now a lot more present in the film, and I think the movie's better because of their presence. So I think in a lot of ways, like, I specifically failed upwards on this movie so many times, of like things that seemed like a disaster at the time and made me want to die ended up benefiting all of us, but specifically me as the writer in the end.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard. It's sometimes hard though too, when it's like, you have that vision in your head that you've been working on for so long, and then you get told, a week or two out or however long it was from shooting that we got to adjust. And I'm sure, like, as a writer, that's daunting as fuck.
It's I think it was 6 days before our first day of principal photography, I had to rewrite everything that happened after page 28 in like an 88-page screenplay.
Oh,
so quite a bit of reworking locations, but
on the fly.
Yeah. And
That's
thankfully,
wild.
And there's so many, like,
for us. Go ahead, Wes.
I was going to say there's so many like examples on this project specifically where like even that, just having to like be quick on your feet and like, learn new material. And when you think about like the setbacks that we did have, we had such little amount of time to begin with. The film is so good. Even with that all like said, luck was on our side. It just wasn't for a minute, but it was.
Would you say there was like a shot or a scene or an effect you guys wanted to get, but that son of a bitch was just a monster pain in the ass, but you just had to have it?
Shot wise, I would say probably one of the more like harder shots to get. Okay, so there's a shot in the first 15 minutes where Cullen's character, as a matter of fact, is moving throughout the house, and like when he's got his backpack and he's going down the staircase there, and the camera pans down to reveal something and something. That whole shot, that like one take going from the door to the stairs and then back over, we did that probably like, I don't know, 15 times, because myself, my AC, Jaron Lewis, he was pulling focus, and then Cullen had to be on, the others had to be on, like everybody in that scene, cast and crew, had to be on. And it's just hard to do stuff like that when you have a million things going. So I think we did. I think it 12 to 15 takes it took to get that one shot down. And there were a lot of different like shots that we did in this movie that were really grand and really crazy to pull off. And I knew that going into it, but I knew if we could pull it off and just get it done, it'll benefit us in the end, you know. So took the risks that we needed to.
I was gonna say we did a couple one shots in the beginning in the first 15.
Yeah,
the whole, when Jack first goes into the house and kind of surveys, does like a 360. Those shots are always.
They're well, Wes knows. They're it's like, okay, the best way to put it is controlled chaos. You know what I mean? Because there's so much, like I said, everybody has to hit their marks. Everybody has to hit everything. And if you need to redo it, it just eats up a lot of time. However, it can save you time too once you get it done. And my thing too is we used the first 15 minutes of this movie to pitch to investors and use on Indiegogo. So I knew coming into it that we needed to have everything locked in and looking good immediately if we wanted people to invest in this project. And so I did purposely try to pick shots that were very grand, picking to shoot sequences longer and draw them out. And I think it definitely helped us and paid off and, you know, benefited in the end. So I appreciate you for asking about that.
Oh yeah, man.
I think it really worked. I mean, obviously it worked. You got, you know, any investment that you needed. The first 15 minutes really kind of set up like the tension for the whole film. Like it gave me immediately the vibe of The Collector. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Oh my God. That's another movie I love. And yes, another little bit of inspired sequence shots, that not the story, but shots and stuff. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be dark. This is gonna be intense, and yeah, it was a great ride afterwards. But it's the 15 minutes, the first 15 minutes really set you up for it. Absolutely,
awesome.
You know.
Yeah.
The real question is though, man, which was more stressful on you guys, shooting this film or running a freaking Indiegogo, dude?
Oh, man.
Running the Indiegogo.
Yeah. I
By
was waiting.
such a wide margin.
100%.
It's not even close. We'll never do it again. Tyler and I, every time we're on the phone, it's like, we're never doing an Indiegogo again. Ever. It took so much time.
Pain in the ass. And I'll tell you this, the only reason we got through it as good as we did is because of Wes Robinson. Why I say that is because this dude is incredible with graphic design work and all of that. He took care of everything. Everything you see on there, top to bottom.
Such an incredible guy.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, literally.
No pun intended. Glad we were all on the same page with that one. But no, yeah.
All right, so Tyler and Blair, we know you guys got working on this project together from having worked on another project together, but how did you rope Wes and Cullen into these shenanigans?
Wes was on that shoot as well.
Oh,
was he? Okay.
So we had met him on that set, and so shortly after that production wrapped, I got a hold of Blair and was like, yo, let's do this thing. And Jake, we were like, let's do this thing. Shortly after, we were like, yo, we need Wes a part of this. And then, you know, got a hold of him. And then it's kind of the same thing with Cullen here. I've just worked with him for like forever. Basically, since I moved to Georgia, I've been working with him. So I just know him. He's a good buddy of mine. And I kind of pitched it, and I'll let Blair kind of finish here. But I pitched, you know, Cullen to him. And then, you know, of course, he already knew Wes. And so it was just a matter of, you know, fitting them in where Blair thought they worked best. And I'll let him continue off of that.
Yeah, so the three of us were cast before there was like the story to the screenplay. It was just like writing a movie around the three of us as thieves was really where it originated. Okay. And I think really like the first inkling of inspiration was I was thinking more like a kind of like Robert Altman style character dialogue driven piece about three thieves like contemplating turning on one another. Like that was the original idea I had, and I was like, hey Tyler, like what do you think about doing just like a straight drama? And he was like, horror movie. I was like, all right, we'll scrap that all together. And like obviously I'm
good boy.
I'm glad that we did this kind of like crazy exploitation movie in the end, but I knew obviously I'd seen Wes in a million movies before and had just spent a couple weeks watching him act on a daily basis. We had talked enough for me to kind of gauge like what he was interested in doing moving forward. And I'd seen Cullen act in some of Tyler's earlier films and just kind of wrote around the vibes that I got from the two of them, and then knowing what I could and could not do as an actor was just, you know, I was like, I'm not gonna write something that I know I'm gonna make a fool of myself doing. So I'm gonna try to like give myself enough of a handicap to not look foolish opposite two good actors. That was my plan.
Oh, stop it.
No, you guys were all great. And I definitely, there, you know, intentionally or not, there were definitely still some seeds there of will these guys turn on each other.
Right.
In your final, especially, no offense, Cullen, but especially Matt. He's going to turn on these guys at any moment.
Yeah.
Well, especially in that first, you know, maybe 15, 20 minutes. You're like after that, like so much goes on that you're like, these guys, they never turn on each other. They're fully bonded now by this horrific experience. But like, there was a minute there at the beginning where I was like, oh, they're in trouble. This guy is.
It's funny you say that too, because when I go back and watch the film too, especially with Matt specifically, I feel like he's like the hothead of the group, you know, and it's like he definitely gives off weasel energy, and it is funny because I didn't really mean to do that, you know. But yeah, he definitely like the first, like you said, first like 20-30 minutes when I look back at it, it's like, there's definitely like weasel energy here from him. But then what I love about the film is that, you know, all the experiences that we go through and, you know, everything, you realize that like this is why these three are like close friends, you know, it's because it's one of those like sort of like brotherly type of relationships where like, you know, we can curse at each other, we can get into a fight with one another, but at the end of the day, we're here for everyone. That's what I really enjoyed about that. I love how we, you know, bring that film, you know, to life, because it's like we provide like layers and layers to these relationships of these characters, and I think that's really hard to find nowadays, and that's what I really appreciated about the
I think that's what's resonating with people too, is I think that they're you know, watching the film, but they're like, oh, you know, like they feel like they relate to the friendship, because we all like fight with our friends and make up and then fight again, right, Tyler?
We're doing that now, are we? That's what's happening right now.
Right? Oh,
Boy, do I have stories for you.
Yeah, no, I think it's so interesting too, because, you know, we all met, you know, I knew Blair for a couple of months. I mean, but that's just a couple of months, you know, but then like meeting Tyler or Cullen on day one, and then just doing scenes with these guys. I can't remember what the first thing we shot together was. I always forget this.
I think it might have been the foyer.
Was it that?
It might have been.
Anyway, it just worked so well instantly, you know. And we had a lot of improv together and stuff. And
I mean, it's great. It's like the like real life chemistry you guys have like shows up in the movie like really strongly, and I think like so. Yeah, I think I hope the four of you plan on continuing to collaborate, because it, you know, it produced a gem, you know.
Oh,
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I know you've got some more film specific questions.
Oh yeah,
bring them on. We'll go all day. Go ahead, bring them.
dude. So like, is there anything in retrospect you guys are like, shit, I wish we would have done that?
If anybody else in the meantime thinks of something, go for it. I'm sure there's a couple I could think of.
Honestly, no. But
I don't know.
No, with an asterisk. There was a version of the movie that we were going to make that I think would have been a really sick movie, but it would have been like a completely different movie.
Yeah, totally different.
And so it's hard to say, because I am really happy with the version that we made, and I think, like, just based on my personal sentiments as a movie viewer, I like this movie more than the one that we were trying to make in pre-production. And then
I
we
feel
realized
like
how expensive that movie would be.
Yeah.
We kind of had to pivot.
I feel like through all the changes and everything that we went through in pre-production, when the location dropped out and we had to pivot. Sorry,
Oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who does that.
No,
stuff.
oh god. I just recently watched Friends for the first time, like the series. So now it's like in my head all the time. But
Pivot.
no, I think no, I think what the hell were we talking about?
Yeah.
What you would
This
have
is
done
exactly what I
differently
was
if we could
saying.
make the movie.
Oops.
What was it?
What you would have done differently, if anything.
Oh. God, I don't remember now. Nothing is perfect.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna
there's
say
like scheduling stuff.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say.
I wish we had
also-
more time for, but
Okay.
hindsight's
Well, that was
20/20.
actually, that was actually my next one. Like, how long did it take you guys to film everything?
a day and
Okay,
a
so,
half.
oh, bless you,
we shot the
Colin.
first 15
Oh,
minutes a
thank
day and a half, and then it was 14 days principal. So
Yep.
like 15 and a half days.
Wow.
yeah,
it
the
was
first 15 was a
quick.
day and a half.
Yeah,
Little,
we
I think
shot-
it was a
yeah.
little less than a day and a half, but
Yeah, it was
Yep.
like a
Maybe I'm crazy.
day and here's an hour. Get the hell out of our house.
pretty much,
much.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which it was a really cool house, though. I mean, it really was,
it
but-
was it was great, and they had chickens that laid some bomb ass eggs, you know. So
I didn't know about this.
It's a miracle we were able to get everything we got in that house in the time frame
Yeah.
that
Oh,
we
yeah.
did, though.
well, we still even
Like-
had to switch up a location last minute.
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah, that's
we
true.
the
we
stuff
had-
that like the forest stuff, we had to switch that. Remember?
Uh-huh.
We had to do it, but behind my old apartment.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
we had to cheat some stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you work with what you've got, right?
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Get it? Yeah.
It's fine. I have forest right here. Let's
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
go up
Yeah.
there.
I didn't even know if it would work either. Like I was like, okay, well the only backup spot that I have is right here. I don't know of anywhere. Like it sounds like
No one can
ridiculous.
tell.
We're like, oh, I don't know where to find trees, but no, you can't tell. But it's like one of those things where it's like, I was like, all right, well this is what we got, and this is in the time that we can find it, and for sure be able to.
I forgot
like,
all about that, so nobody
Right?
can tell. I don't think.
Isn't
Yeah.
no one can tell at all.
Yeah,
But it's just
never.
funny how we have to pivot again, and then we just it's just funny how
Pivot.
things work. Pivot.
Pivot. Sorry.
She's out of control, dude.
Yeah.
So are we. It's
All right.
fine.
Well, that's true. What
We
was
get along great.
You got it. You got it.
what was like the biggest budget suckage? And I better not hear Diet Banana Blast.
It was the Diet Banana Blast.
It was.
Getting the rights. Yeah.
Good chunk of the budget.
I will say one of the reasons that we. Blair, I know you have an answer for that, but I will say one of the reasons, like, what we did to save a lot of money on the back end was like having me be the DP. I was already a DP prior, so we were like, what is gonna save us a lot of money in the end? Hiring a DP, but I also wanted to DP it. Like I wanted to do it, and I wanted to have that opportunity to direct and DP, and it definitely has its challenges, and I can see obviously there's a reason there's a there's someone the head of a department for everything, delegating in other words, and I had that experience and can understand that now, but it's fun being able to do both, and that was one of the things that we did to save money. But there's a lot of people that like do not like the director DP thing, and I dig it, and I that's how I've like grown up in film, man. It's like that's where I started when I was super young, is doing like one-off, just me and my camera, man, like that guerrilla style of filmmaking. So I'm just used to doing that, and if it's gonna save me money and keep things rolling quicker, like as best as we can, we'll do it.
It's,
Yeah.
and
You went
not
out
just
there and you
save
did
us
it
money.
Robert Rodriguez style.
Yeah.
I think that's, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Also, like that didn't just save us money; it saved us like 20% of the budget. So it's not like it saved us $50. Like it saved
Yeah,
us
yeah.
the
'Cause the thing
numbers
is,
that were
They
thrown
saved
out.
us $75.
that's right.
I
get it
wish
straight.
it only
Yeah.
saved us $75.
Well, because yeah, right.
Yeah, I guess how do I word this in a way that's not shitting on people's rates? That's the biggest budgetary suck was paying people what they asked.
Because we had a decent a decent
crew.
Yeah, we had another individual too, cast-wise, that we wanted to bring on, and
Holy
we were
shit! Let's get into that.
We were. Yo, yeah, right. We were so we right. We have not. We
so,
talked about
okay,
this.
it's we shouldn't name the person.
Yeah, we will.
They're a nice person.
Yeah, they're great.
Tyler and I, we had one person in mind for a role. I don't want to say which role. And Tyler
and we
I
can't
had
even
the
say
exact,
what they're in because it'll be obvious at that point.
We had the exact same person in mind for this, and we were like, it would be so sick if we could get this person. I was like, they'd probably say no. They're very selective about what they do. So Tyler's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna email them. And I think it was like
I don't even think it was
Facebook. I think it's a Facebook message. Tyler's in a Facebook message. Immediately gets a response like, shoot over the screenplay. I'm about to get on a flight. I'll read it on the flight. So both of us for the next like 2 hours are like, they're gonna hate the fucking screenplay. Whatever. We get
we're like, this is never gonna work.
We get a very nice email back that's like, read the screenplay, love it.
And we sent them the first 15 minutes, and they
of the
wanted
movie
to,
as well.
Yep.
And got a very the response was extremely complimentary to everything we had made up thus far, plus the screenplay that we had sent, and we were like, holy shit, this might actually happen. And then this person is like, I'm gonna loop in my manager, or it was either manager or agent.
Your sigh right there is exactly, you already know where this is going.
So we were very upfront about the budgetary restraints that we were working under, where it's like,
and up until that point, they were in it.
We're paying everyone a fair rate. People are getting paid on this, but there's a limit to how much we realistically can pay anyone.
Yeah.
They seem to understand that until the agent gets looped in, and the agent has other ideas. And what they asked for was so preposterous. It was like first class travel, and it had to be Delta.
Let me, bro.
Damn.
You might need to pull it all up. It was. I'm just throwing. I'm pretty sure it was a first class flight. Parentheses through Delta. Like it was a specific flight, and then a specific
only
hotel
brown
chain they had to
M&Ms.
stay at.
Well, that was Wes on set, dude. He only wanted brown M&Ms.
Damn, Wes.
And he wanted me to feed him.
Fool!
To him, too.
I don't
weird,
ever
but I
eat
said no to that.
Dude. I've
Peanut
plenty of
M&Ms.
photos of Wes eating while we were shooting, but it was like
creepy.
a specific hotel chain that they had to stay at. And I was like, what if there isn't this hotel near Atlanta? There aren't, like, not every chain is in every city. So I was like, oh, that's odd. But then it was like $5,000 just to communicate with you people.
Yeah.
$1,500 a day plus $3,000 an hour after that.
It was just a bunch of egregious crap.
Insane. It would have cost us.
Don't talk about my agent like that.
$100,000 to have this person for a couple.
Listen,
days
I get
when
it.
all is
I
said
get
and
it.
done.
Listen, I get it. I get it. At certain like times, there are people who deserve it. But listen, in this case, and if we name dropped, you would understand. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't compute.
It was not a person, and like. I hate viewing art as a business, but in this instance it is. This person would not have brought us the amount of money we were going to spend to bring them in.
Yeah,
like, we would not have sold 10,000 Blu-rays based on this person's involvement in the movie. And
I need to know
when you
when we're
get to
done
those numbers,
recording.
we'll tell you when we're
okay.
done. And like super nice person. We've since talked to them.
Oh yeah,
very
like,
nice. Like, on a personal level, no issues. Like they were just asking for way too much and just like crazy expensive. And I know another filmmaker who has worked with them, and they were like, "Holy shit, the new rate is insane." So like even people they've worked with before are getting thrown insane rates. So it's not just like they gave us a high amount to not work with us, because people will do that. I've personally given a crazy amount of money as my rate because I wanted to like politely decline, and
You've done that,
Can't
Blair?
afford me.
just being
That's
like
some big brain shit,
and-
man.
Yeah, it is.
and then in the
it's
off
not
chance they
necessarily-
do hire you, then it's like, well,
then it's like I'm getting $25,000 to do this. So sick. Like I would do it for the crazy amount of money I'm asking for. So it's a win-win. That's how I rarely do that, by the way. But if you ever ask me,
That's pretty smart. I'm over here like trying to be super polite about it. Be like, listen, I just can't. But I am so sorry. That's so smart. I'm gonna take that approach.
I'm so
Right, I
busy
was gonna say
making
Wes
House
and
Among the
Cullen
Trees
are over here
graphics.
taking notes, right? Like,
Yeah, hell
learn
yeah.
how to
Taking
get out
notes
of.
for sure. Yeah.
I will also say, I mean, and like obviously that's an extreme case, but like I personally have friends who have priced themselves out of roles that they would have taken for a reduced rate by asking for too much up front, and then the producer's like, I don't even want to counter because we're far apart. Like I can't offer you $7,000 a week on this movie. Like it's just not possible.
Yeah.
When in reality they would have done it for a lot less, but they just wanted to start high. So like you do run the risk of them just being like, we can't afford you, sorry, instead of can we work and
Instead
find
of
some work.
negotiating. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's what happened with us. Like, the rate we were given was so high, it was like anything within
There's no
our
room.
possibility is like going to be insulting if you're asking for tens of thousands of dollars
Yeah.
for a weekend of work. So
Yikes.
there you go.
Yeah, after I took my mill, they couldn't really afford much else.
Yeah. After we had to back up the Brinks truck to Wes Robinson's house.
Oh, God. So a DP would have been 20% of the budget. Wes was 50% of the
Yeah,
budget.
right.
So
Yeah.
really,
Yeah.
Cullen and I were eating cosmic brownies for dinner every night. You know, that was the-
Oh God.
Pop-Tarts included.
And gas station hot dogs.
Brown M&Ms. apparently.
Yeah, brown
and brown M&Ms.
Yeah, there you go,
lots
baby.
Lots of gas station hot dogs.
The budget of the movie was just $5 and a gas station hot dog.
Yeah,
as some people believe.
Well, we can't fly you Delta, but we do promise gas station hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Like,
Man, what's like an on-set moment that just cracks you guys up every time you think about it?
okay.
There's at least 15.
One of you guys might have to go. I'm still
Cullen,
laughing
why
about
don't you
that
go?
last thing.
This fucking asshole
my
Blair
God.
calls me Sprinkles all the damn time because
Sprinkles Lovelock, baby.
I can't. I might botch this story, Blair. So
Oh my
like, definitely
gosh.
jump in and let me know. But like, I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it was the very first night that we were shooting like one of the overnight scenes, and I'm like, I can eat anything, right? Like, I love to eat, and so in between,
He can't use
you
his
know,
hands.
different-
He cannot use
Right.
his hands for this scene.
There we go. Yeah, that's it. So
important.
we're sitting down in one of the scenes, and obviously, I can't use my hands, but I'm starving, and it's like the camera's not on me, so I'm like, trying to get some assistance and get a Pop-Tart,
Help
And,
me out here.
I mean, Blair, at this point, you can just go ahead and tell the rest of the story.
It's
honestly.
okay. So it's so funny to me because like I'm right there with him. I can't use my hands. We're in this together. And Colin's like, bro, I'm so fucking hungry, man. Like he's like, well, not stop. I'm hungry. When are we getting to eat? And it would take so much time for him to be able to have his hands until we are finished shooting the sequence. So I'm there with him. And Molly Souza, who's a part of the scene, is finally like, do you want me to feed you something? And like, I think she said it being kind of like, would you shut up? And Colin's like, yes, please.
Yeah.
And so she takes like a frosted Pop-Tart and is like breaking it off into pieces and sticking it in his mouth. And he's just getting all the sprinkles and crumbs and shit all over him.
Yeah, that was pretty
And
funny.
he made some comment to me at some point, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, Sprinkles. And then that just stuck there.
That stuck, yeah, it's stuck there. But it was nice. I got fed a Pop-Tart. I mean, that's like first class, service right there for me, honestly.
Absolutely. That needed to go into the credits, though. It should have been Cullen Sprinkles.
Sprinkles.
We got
It's not
so
too late.
down to the wire we couldn't do this, but Tyler and I joked about like before the actual premiere of the movie, we were going to have like everybody's names be like what their nickname was given on the set. And because Cullen's name would have been the first one to pop up, it would have been
Yeah.
Wes Robinson, Sprinkles Lovelock. And I knew I would have been, it would have all been worth it just to hear Cullen like 3 rows behind me in the theater. Like, bro, what the fuck, man? But
Listen, I'm a good
unfortunately,
sport too.
it
It's not
was-
that I'm not. I like it.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah,
one of
yeah.
those where it's like, there's certain day, you know, we're with each other for like 14 days, like almost all day, you know, and like there's definitely times where like, especially if it's like a scene that we need to knock out or we're stressed with whatever else, it's like, Blair, the last thing I need to hear you say is sprinkle. Like, chill out.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, right.
I am the designated little shit of the entire production, and most productions I'm a part of. So I will concede that. The funniest moment for me also includes Cullen, and it includes nicknames, where I give everyone 40 nicknames depending on whatever they're doing in that moment. And Cullen, at a certain point, Cullen had had enough. And he was like, stop calling me fucking... What? I don't even remember what I was calling you. I was calling you something different. Oh, smokestack. Oh, he was...
Floppy McGee or something. Floppy Joe McGee.
You were setting up the fireplace. You were putting the log in the fireplace.
Okay.
In the house we were staying in. And he's like trying to light it, and he's like, the lighter's not working and shit, and finally like he like has to set something on fire to set this on fire, and there's like smoke coming out into the house, and I was like, oh, Smokestack Jones, and he was like, get another joke. Stop fucking calling me names. It's not funny. No one thinks it's funny. And it's hilarious. But then J.D. Starnes, who's another actor in the movie, he comes in, and I immediately drop another like nickname on Cullen, and J.D.'s eating food and spits it out everywhere because he's laughing so hard. I was like, I thought I wasn't funny, Cullen.
What was it, Blair?
Sloppy Joe McGillicuddy or some shit.
Something like that. I like look over at JD. I'm like, don't you laugh, bro. Don't laugh. I've been dealing with this the last week.
JD is dying, and Cullen's like, he only thinks it's funny because he had to listen to this for 5 days straight. I'm saying the jokes.
Hey, you know what? In Blair's defense, it actually helped out that he would doing that because there were certain moments that we needed to be like irritated with one another on scene,
right?
And he would do it all the way. He knows and he knows how to make it. You would do it right before scene. It would work perfectly.
There aren't any that made it in the cut of the movie, but there were scenes where midway through the scene while we're rolling, I would hit him with GPS
right,
Jones or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
I feel like Cullen is suddenly remembering how much he actually dislikes Blair.
Right. Dude, I think we got to get it back,
like,
man.
You know how I said in the beginning that I would work with these three again? Yeah, it's just
right.
I've changed my mind.
All right, man, let's get this shit back, dude. Tyler, Wes, Colin, I want all of you each to give Blair a nickname right now. Just top of your head.
Shit. Okay. Hold
Okay.
on. All right.
I'll let me think about it.
Yeah, hold on.
Cullen's pretending to think about it. He's like, this is the moment I've been waiting for.
Let me think.
I would call him, I'll text you back tomorrow, Hoyle.
Listen. I feel like Tyler has 40 that he can't publicly say.
Yeah.
I know.
There's some actual ones that maybe we should keep.
I know.
Don't censor on our account.
That's right, dude.
Oh,
Fuck,
we're not.
Cullen, you got something? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to come up with something in a good.
I don't know, man.
I'm gonna
Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
You gave me a good one while we were shooting. I don't know if you remember this. So I would hit him with like whatever, and he was like, "All you do is pick like whatever I'm doing in that moment, and then throw a last name on it." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the joke." We were in Larry Justice, who's a producer. We were in his like cabin, and I guess just like age or people stomping around, a calendar on the wall like fell, like a thumbtack fell out and it like swung down. And so I picked it back up and like put the thumbtack in, and Colin goes, oh, Thumbtack Jones.
There we go. We'll go with
And
that.
I'm like, yeah, that's funny, dude. That's funny.
That was pretty good.
That's
I don't
good.
know if I could think. Yeah, Blair's probably right. There's a few that I could think of that might be off the record ones.
I'm doing it for your sake, buddy.
I know.
All right, Blair Dog. If he can't rise to the occasion, then you get a free shot at Tyler. Go ahead and give him one right now.
He'll have plenty, dude. And again, some of
I'm
them.
right there. A lot
I
of the
know.
things that he can't say about me here, I can't say about him. These names already exist. It's just, opening up.
You see who the
Pandora's
you see who
box
the
on
problematic people are on the bunch, right? Me and
Yeah,
Colin
right,
are so
yeah.
chill. We're just fine.
Y'all just trying to enjoy some Pop Tarts, and these dudes are running rampant, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's the writer and the director causing
Yeah.
problems.
I tell all of them all the time, like, I might have to hit up HR if you keep talking to me this way in the group chat.
It's really funny. There was a certain time that I like Wes, when we were doing one of the overnight shoots. Wes, if you remember, we were hanging out on like the couch, and like everyone's joking around on set. Like, of course, we, when it's time to work, we lock in on work. But, people like Blair, it's just like, when there's jokes and everything being thrown around all the time, you're just used to it, right? It's the atmosphere, it's your environment. There was one time I genuinely was not joking around with Wes, and Wes was like, yeah, fuck off, dude. Like, I know what you're doing. And I'm like, no, I'm seriously, like, I'm not, I'm dead. Like, what's going on? He's like, yeah, okay, buddy. Like, nice try. I really don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
This is my serious face.
Was just trying to give him a serious face. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny.
So they say like when what you're supposed to do to like people who like bully you, because these people right here, they bully.
Hey.
I'm just playing. You're supposed to like beat them to the punch and like bully yourself. Like, I'm short, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
right.
well I can't say that about you anymore. that was my method there. That's what I was trying to do. Cullen.
Cullen got Wes with a good one while we were shooting, because Cullen and I had to be outside in the freezing cold during part of this movie, and Wes was inside.
Oh wait, I might know what you're talking
heat.
about.
And Wes got me first, because I'm outside rolling around in the mud in like -3-degree rain. It's horrible. And at one point I roll over and I look up and I see inside this warm house, Wes staring through the window like Norman Bates, just like,
Yeah.
so
Wait, the best part is he's got
like a
that
hoodie
fucking
on.
tablet. Yeah, he's got a hoodie on and a tablet in
hoodie
his
and a
hand, and he's
blanket.
sitting there watching playback. I'm sitting there
Yeah.
out in the cold, freezing my ass off, looking at the other tablet. and
I'm
he's
covered
inside.
in mud. Like, it's horrible.
You wrote it. Hey man, you wrote that character for
I did not write the
It's not my
scene.
problem.
It's freezing rain is covering him. But I'm like shivering. Cullen's cold, but not as cold as me. We go inside and he's like hoodies up, so it's just his face. It's like pulled tight because it's freezing cold.
Yeah.
And Wes
I was getting a little
comment.
toasty in there. It was a little too warm in
He
there
was
for
like,
me.
it's a little too toasty in here. And Cullen's like, shut up, Hasbullah.
Oh my shit!
Oh, dude, I don't even remember that.
That's
I
savage,
do.
man. Why'd you do that to me?
I think there's this photo of Hasbullah, isn't there? And he's like got the hood.
Hasbullah's my
He looks
brother.
he was wearing the same outfit Wes was wearing in that movie.
We were both so toasty. It's like that. It's like that scene in Dumb and Dumber with the extra gloves. That's what I was trying to do to them. I was like,
Oh,
pair of extra
man.
gloves this whole time.
Awful.
Look, so
Hands were kinda
basically
warm.
the takeaway from that is, from Blair and I's perspective, the cold weather will get you irritated, and from Wes's perspective, the warm weather, the
It
warm
will.
environment will give you the zoomies, because he's
Yeah.
all about it being warm.
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt. You know
Oh,
what's
yeah.
crazy too about that is, speaking of the weather. So that night was literally so miserable,
Oh.
but it was crazy because literally the first week of production it was hotter than hell, and the second week of production was colder than hell. And I don't know if you like what they're wearing, or like when I was like designing what I wanted for their outfits and chatting with them about it, coming up with what they would be comfortable in. I remember we got them all dressed up and everything, got the outfits figured out, and I didn't realize that first day, that 15 minutes, it was going to be fucking 90 degrees out, and they're all like wearing like 3 different layers. And then, but by the end of it, I
Ski
think they probably,
masks.
in the ski masks. And I'm like, by the end of it, though, you might have thanked me, considering how the
Definitely.
weather ended.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we had Molly,
yeah,
who was
that-
like, Molly was in like a crop top, dude, like during some of like the second week of shooting, and it, like you could see her breath. It was so cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that. I don't want to give away too much, but there's a scene near the end of the movie where while we were shooting, it's all exterior. While we were shooting, it was below 0, which is pretty uncommon for Georgia. Like, it doesn't normally get that
Damn.
cold in the South, but it was freezing cold and windy. So, like, brutal to be outside.
Yeah. Like there's this like photo of me I saw recently from set where I was like, I wore like a ski mask and I had like a blanket wrapped around me, like a little full blanket wrapped around my head. I was so cold.
That's funny.
I hate the cold, man.
I love the cold, but not that cold.
Nah.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal, man.
That's too cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, man, like going to y'all's own film premiere, July 17th, that's a dream that exists for a lot of people. How are you guys feeling right now, dude?
Well, here's the thing. So how many times have we played this thing now?
This will be the fifth.
Four times, three times.
This will be the fifth.
Okay, so with it being the fifth time, this time is going to be a lot different. You know, I mean, well, we had our official premiere, then we had our Nebraska premiere, which went beautifully. Had a beautiful historic theater there, but now we get to do it again at another beautiful historic theater, and I think that's one of the things that makes this so special. And the other thing is it's Wes's home, like it's his home state, man. So I won't say much for how Wes is feeling, but for me in particular, I'm just excited to get back with these guys again and get to show this film to a bunch of people who have, one, never seen it, or two, you know, it's a fresh set of eyes every time you go somewhere new. It's new types of people that are seeing it, new people that are into different genres of movies, some people that aren't into, you know, movies at all, but they're coming to support us. So I'm just excited to meet everybody, hang out, and you know, just get to hang with my friends and watch this movie that we worked so hard on. I think that's the rewarding part for me is, you know, I've seen it 100,000 times, but when I get to sit down and watch it in a theater with people that I love and care about so much, like it's such a better experience. I mean, you could watch this movie on your phone or on your computer, but it's like seeing this thing in a theater is incredible. And that's, excuse me, sounds weird coming that I'm the one. I hate that you laughed, Wes. I knew it was coming too. I was like, he's gonna laugh and it's gonna cause me to stop.
I tried to hold it. I couldn't hold it.
I'm sorry.
And I'm sure Wes will have the most like poignant answer to this
he will.
question. But and which is why I want to hop in before he says something like really heartfelt. And I'm just talking about technical shit. Every screening has been different. Like people react to different things. The environment feels very different. Like for all of them thus far. So like it hasn't lost the excitement. Like there's nothing that we've really been able to plan for that has been exactly what we felt like from the last screening, so to speak. This screening for me is very exciting. One, I've only played Lexington once, but it was a very good screening, so I'm happy to be back there again. But two, and this is a big deal, we're playing on a true CinemaScope screen, which is something that doesn't happen a lot. So it's like an actual widescreen theatrical screen and not like with black bars up top because we framed it to 2351. So it's going to be like as wide as any theater will ever be. And on a technical level, I am, as an aspect ratio psychopath, I'm very, very excited about that.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing, dude. And that's what I'm saying.
So I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that, dude, because that was kind of, you know, is like it's not so much. Yeah, of course, it's about watching our movie that we made, but it's like the way we get to watch it is kind of mainly what I'm trying to hit here. Is we get to have this crazy experience and get to do it with each other. So that's the thing for me, you know. So, but
yeah, I've it's funny since we wrapped the first 15 and we did the crowdfunder and then we got our financiers and stuff and we got our budget. The one thing that everybody asked me the most about was always when do we see the rest of it? And truth be told, full transparency, you never know if like you're going to make the rest of it when you make something like that. When you do like the first 15, you have no, there's so much things that have to align to do that. And that is one of the reasons why I was pretty adamant about trying to get it in the Kentucky theater. Cause A, I've never played there with anything. And B, it's where I live and all my family and friends are going to come. And like, my first agent will be there and like, just all my hometown like ties. And, but that was one of the biggest reasons was like people kept asking me about it all the time. Like, when do we get to see it? I'm like, well, now you get to see it. You can come on this day at this time in this theater and watch it on this freaking huge screen, and like, I don't know. So it's very fun and very exciting. And like Tyler said, it's always different every time. And it just seems like it's always received so well too, and so I'm excited for people to see it and to be in a room. And I have a lot of family and friends who have really infectious laughs. So I'm really hoping that they, cut loose and enjoy the comedy aspects of the movie. Cause there's some funny bits in there and we just have a good time. That's what I'm hoping.
Awesome.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. What about you, Sprinkles?
Oh man, you're part of the crew now. That was it. Yep. Yeah, man. I think honestly, it's just anytime I get to reunite with these guys, it's always a blessing. And then of course being able to reunite and show the movie to anyone and everyone who's willing to take the time out of their day to come watch this. I think that's you know, what we all do this for, you know. And I've never been to Kentucky, to be honest with you, so I'm really excited about that. Excited to see the guys. Excited to see everyone's, you know, face. Hopefully we have a great turnout. Being able to see that on the big screen, like Blair mentioned, will be a phenomenal experience even for myself. I think this will be the first time that I'll ever be able to watch myself on, you know, the big screen. So, yeah, I mean, like Wes said, I'll, you know, it's a lot of times, or, you know, with this town in a situation like this, you know, a lot of times, yeah, they don't have the opportunity to see a local actor, you know, be up on the big screen like that, and come to a movie premiere with the red carpet, and, you know, you get dressed up if you want to, and, you know, taking the time to, you know, carve out a couple hours of your, you know, Thursday evening to come see this movie. And being a part of that experience is something I'm really blessed and looking forward to. So that's what I'm excited about.
And I guess it didn't really dawn on me, but Cullen missed our Nebraska screening.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And so yeah, he hasn't seen it on a big screen yet.
Right.
Well, you saw it. You saw it.
Well, on the
that was kind of a
biggest
big
screen.
Well, the biggest,
On the biggest screen.
Let's be
It's a
clear.
very big screen.
So,
yeah,
yeah,
but
I
it
guess
does.
to
It hits so
clarify-
different.
To clarify, like, we've played multiplexes before, which are big screens, but these are like stage theaters, which have
Yeah, these are
installed
huge.
movie screens back. So it's like
Yeah,
a different
it's
level
huge.
of size, I suppose.
Yeah,
So
it's a big one.
It's a different different experience for sure. And CinemaScope is going to be insane, and I'm particularly excited about that
Dude,
because
This
those things
theater is
don't-
also.
they don't exist anymore. Like, it is
Yeah.
like going back in time.
I don't know if you guys know anything about this theater, but it's I think it just turned 102.
No
It's been
way.
through a lot
Oh,
of
wow.
renovations. It's been through
Wow, man.
yeah, the guy that runs it has worked there for 60 something years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they call him Mr. Kentucky. It's a fun group. And it is
Is
a
his last
huge-
name Kentucky?
Yeah, ironically, yeah.
Ironically.
All right, Blair, I got to ask you this because I'm going to get brutal honesty from Blair because he'll call everybody out.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Who's
boy.
going to be best dressed at these premieres, dog?
So,
Cullen Lovelock.
So probably Cullen Lovelock with an asterisk.
What a
He will be
backhanded
the
compliment, man.
most. He will look the most like a movie star.
Yeah.
Do with that
Yeah,
what you will.
Cullen's a man.
I like that.
Yeah,
I
he
like
is the
that.
man. He
Thanks,
always
man.
has like a
Yeah.
dapper fit going.
I will
Yeah.
be wearing the same thing I'm wearing right now.
Yeah,
You
probably.
will not be. You're gonna
That's-
fucking put on a bow tie or I'm gonna drown you.
Yeah, you gotta do something.
I wear a suit to select funerals and even fewer weddings.
Select funerals.
And even fewer.
I'll wear
For the
a
record.
button up to a lot of funerals, brother.
For the record, I don't want you to wear a bow tie. I was just playing. But
But Blair,
that's
this is
funny.
I do
Kentucky.
have a bow tie. I do own a bow tie.
You don't have to wear one at my funeral, buddy.
Thanks, man. You don't have to wear one of mine
Yeah.
either.
Cool.
Come as
cool.
you are.
Cool.
I'm not even gonna wear pants to your funeral, Tyler.
Oh, even better.
He'll be
Come cuddle up
live
with me in the
streaming it from
casket.
his living room.
I expect only bow ties at my
Right.
funeral.
Right.
Yeah, right?
And nothing else. Yeah.
Only bow ties.
Yeah.
Dude, I think we should, like, because we're pretty damn close to that theater, you know, it's only like 3 hours away. We should make
Oh,
like
yeah,
Team Colin
absolutely.
shirts.
Team Cullen.
Yeah, just show up. Colin, over here, over here.
Cullen.
Do it.
Have the flash on and everything,
Gotta
bro.
get the sprinkles
Just
now at this point.
Yeah,
Cullen, we love you.
that's amazing.
Colin
You
Sprinkles
guys-
Lovelock over here.
Listen, if you guys showed up to this premiere and you had a little Cullen action figure, I would. Oh yeah, I'd be flattering with that. I would want one. Yeah, that would be amazing.
That'd be great.
Wait, so you guys aren't too far away from Kentucky then?
No,
No.
man.
Wow.
We're about 3 hours from Lexington, I think.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Wow.
You shouldn't have told us that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I know,
We're gonna,
dude.
we're gonna be like, hold the screening. We're still waiting for 2 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Dude,
wait,
it
so where
sucks
are you
ass
guys?
because. Oh, we're in West Virginia, man.
Oh, what part?
Yeah. We're like just outside of Charleston.
Oh, okay. I love West Virginia.
It's beautiful, right?
Like, legit,
Yeah.
it really is. Like, it's the most.
He doesn't care for
beautiful-
Georgia,
like, in terms
though.
of nature, it's the most beautiful state in the union.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Georgia, man, holy shit. My, like, greatest memory of
That's a good
Georgia
start.
is like, man, your legs can sweat independently from the rest of your body. It's like,
That's Georgia.
right?
Georgia.
Not only the
That's their
humidity, but
slogan.
like living in Georgia, like I'm right in the middle of Midtown. It is literally, this is no exaggeration, it's like a GTA server. The amount of things that you see on a day-to-day basis, I understand why Blair doesn't like
That's
it.
great.
Like I get it.
GTA server.
Oh, by the way, my rant about Atlanta or about Georgia in general in the movie, from the heart.
Yeah, it was real. Yeah, we felt that. It was
I
really
went-
cool. What was-
I went for like 5 minutes. It's just like the reduced version of that made it in the movie. I went for a very long time talking about why.
I always think it's funny because we screened our premiere was in Atlanta, so we were in a room full of people in Georgia when we first saw that scene.
Yes. And I was told beforehand that they thought people were going to boo me whenever that happened. And what actually happened?
Yeah, everybody cheers
People
their
threw
laughs.
tomatoes.
Cheers. Even people from Atlanta came up and they were like, fuck this place. And I was like, I'm not knocking the people who live there. It's the infrastructure
Yeah.
and the chaos. It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Oh man.
My God, man. All right, guys. Next section. Fun questions only.
All right, let's go.
All right. We'll go in turn here, and then I'm gonna pit you guys against each other a little bit here.
Okay. If we don't do that, every day.
You should see the group chat.
Yeah. That's funny.
All right, man. Well, this will start pretty basic. What's your favorite scary movie?
Here we go.
Should we just
I'm
say it
gonna-
on the count of
3 of
three?
us are going to have the same answer.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Ready? Here we go. Are we doing that? Are we doing 1, 2, 3?
Oh, wait. 1,
let's
2,
do it.
3.
Or yeah, because I'm curious who's gonna all say the same thing.
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3. Scream.
Scream.
Yep.
What did you
There
say?
we go.
What did you say?
I said The Conjuring, man. I love
Nice.
it.
That's a good one.
Nice.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
That's
That's
a
a
good one.
good one.
With Scream, I mean, these
Little error.
yeah, Blair's
I
like,
love
what
The
are you
Conjuring,
talking
dude. I love The Conjuring.
That screws
Yeah, that's
me
a
a
good
little
one.
bit on a question coming up, but
It's all right.
you'll see. You'll see. All right. Well, favorite horror character?
Oh.
Can it be a protagonist or does it have to be a villain?
No, it can be
any-
anybody.
But mine's crazy. No,
It can be a random side character. He'll probably know who it is, so it's okay. Go ahead.
My favorite character in any horror movie is Tom Jesse T.J. Hanniger from My Bloody Valentine 1981.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Go, man. That's how you do
That's a
it.
good one.
Love it.
Shoot.
Huh. That's a hard one.
Yeah, it is.
That's a really hard one. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's not a popular opinion, but I really like Parker Posey in Scream 3. I think she's hilarious.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I love Parker
She's
Posey
your
in anything.
favorite.
So.
Yeah.
She's your favorite
I was like-
horror.
I don't know. I didn't
I
say
love
that
her
my
too.
favorite.
I'm not.
Crazy
I mean,
answer.
yeah, she's great, man. But like,
No. She just popped in my head.
Sometimes that's what you gotta go with when you get put
From
on the spot.
Scream.
Is what pops in your head.
All right.
The comedic relief character from the worst Scream movie is your favorite character.
These things happen.
that's so
All I can
funny.
picture is like her hanging out with Courtney Cox's haircut
Yep.
for that whole movie. Like,
Oh, yeah,
you
she
might
did do
have to
that,
put
yeah.
that in your fucking bio on Instagram, dude.
Parker Posey is my favorite. She was the first person that popped in my head. Maybe it's because I watched Scream 2 like 3 days ago.
Oh,
but
man,
Maybe
that's so
she
funny.
is your favorite.
Yeah,
maybe she is. I don't know.
That's insane, dude.
do you have one or no? Not yet.
I don't know if I do.
Okay, so I'll go real quick then. I would say honestly, like I love slashers, so I would say Freddy Krueger, but like the Robert Englund Freddy Krueger. I mean, I remember
Oh,
watching
okay.
the 1984 first one, and like that gave me I mean, obviously I was a kid at that point when I was watching it. Like I wasn't supposed to be watching it, but I mean, even to this day, it's such
Yeah.
a classic. I think that Freddy Krueger was something that was like it put me on to other slasher movies.
All right.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
yeah, total badass.
I love it.
The 1998 classic Vince Vaughn remake of Psycho. I'm kidding. I'm totally fucking kidding.
Oh, shit. Oh,
Blair's like, we'll give that
Blair's-
beat.
people will be clicking off the podcast at this point. So,
I was about to say, that's an insane answer. Vince Vaughn's good in that movie. He ain't Anthony Perkins, but who is?
Right. I don't honestly know if I can. If I can
Just say
answer
Parker
that.
Posey. It goes over really well.
Yeah. Like. Oh gosh, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I'll try to.
You
think
can
about
stick
that.
with Vince Vaughn and choose Freaky, where he plays like a 16-year-old girl.
Right.
How is it not Billy Loomis? I thought that would have been like the obvious answer
I
for
don't
you.
know. I can't.
I'm
trying to think of someone that-
Actually, you quote Mickey from Scream 2 a lot.
He does. He
Oh my
quotes
God.
Mickey a lot.
Didn't see it coming, did you?
This is gonna rock.
The Delta Lambdas are the biggest
I'll
bunch of
tentatively say Mickey. Yeah, from Scream 2. That's a good one, Blair. That is a good one. That is good.
fucking- He
This
does.
is
He
gonna
does actually
rock.
quote him.
Dude,
but
that's
yes,
so
a
funny.
lot. A lot. A lot.
Billy's
I'm gonna-
mother.
Mother.
Boyfriend killer. Dude, he
Yeah,
does have
dude,
a lot of
that's so
quotable lines in that movie.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, right there in the last like 10 minutes of that movie, he kills it. Nope. Yeah, he's so good.
The Godfather, part 2.
Yeah, too. Yeah, that is good. He's
That's
good
great.
at
All right, man. What horror cliche do you guys hate the most?
that.
Don't get me started. All right. I have like
Yeah, there's
40.
plenty.
But
There's
just
a bunch.
one.
Yep,
Just one.
the one you hate the most.
This is one that I feel very, very strongly about. Independent horror movies are particularly bad about not letting this one die, and it's a testament to terrible writing and bad casting. You have to explain to me why a bunch of people who outwardly hate each other are going on vacation together.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's true.
and it's not like playful banter or like they secretly hate each other. It's like, look at this dumb bitch. All right, get in the car. We're going to Myrtle Beach. I
Fucking
wanna go
Myrtle
to-
Beach, bro. Like, why?
Because
That is exactly where that couple would go. I swear to God, dude.
And
Like,
it's because they have to get her naked, and the beach is just the best place to do so. Because that's another trope that always happens to me.
That's funny.
That, it drives me insane. It takes me out of the movie. It's terrible writing. And it's like, you can have characters who are like at odds with one another. Or like they secretly hate each other. Those are things where like I can give you a little bit of grace. But if it's people who are just like constantly, violently bitching at one another and outwardly like, you are awful and I hate you, why would you go on vacation with this person? I wouldn't go to dinner with them, much less.
Why would you
Right?
go
like,
rob wait. Why would you go rob a house with each other either? You know what I mean?
that's true, man.
have you ever seen a little movie called Ocean's 11? Because you gotta have each other.
Wes, you're up, buddy.
I don't know. I might have misunderstood the question, but one thing I'll say that I've noticed about like the cliches and that I feel like people are doing better now is this like, forgive me for saying like the female characters making really terrible decisions like all the time, or like because my fiance is always like, okay, I can get behind her because she, she's kicking ass. She knows like I'm not going there and I'm not doing that and I'm not doing that and I'm not making any of the making any of the mistakes that that normal final girls make. And so I have a newfound appreciation for those stronger characters,
Dude, yeah.
Right? Sometimes it's so simple.
like
If
Parker
a-
Posey.
It's like Parker Posey's going to make excellent decisions everywhere she goes. No. The first time someone in a horror film picks up the phone and calls 911, I'm in. I'm like, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
It
can't.
just makes it more realistic. You feel like
Right?
yeah.
I feel like you were in my mind.
Dude, I pissed off like an audience of like mega Halloween fans as if I'm not one myself. But I was
Yeah.
like, bro, Laurie Strode lured that motherfucker back to the kids. Like, I was trying to be like, no, bitch, other way, do something, shit. Fuck out of here.
Oh god, that's
Right?
funny. That's great.
Like, no, Laurie, shit.
Don't take him back to the child. What are you doing?
Right?
I would say like a horror cliche would be, oh god, this makes me so irate. It's when the car never starts. Like when the
Oh, that's a good one.
That's the one.
and like it's like the moment I see a
That's
car,
mine.
it's like,
That's my
oh no,
answer.
there's still like 50 minutes left of this movie. They're not going anywhere. This car's not going to start. But it frustrates me because I know what's going to happen. Like, if you all have seen the most recent movie, I think it came out in 24. It's called Wolfman, and you know there was a certain scene in there where like the truck comes, and it's like, dude, like of course I know what's going to happen. They're in there, and it's like, you know, my girlfriend and I were like yelling at them through the screen as if they can hear us, you know, and it's like, oh god, it's just so frustrating. Anytime I see a car, you know, come up in a scene like that, it's just infuriating. So I would say like a car not starting, or I don't know, sometimes just people make some dumb decisions. So it's like, you know, you question them. You're like, what are you doing? This wouldn't happen. I think there was, I don't know if I was talking to you about this, Tyler, but I was definitely talking to a friend. The most recent Strangers movie, like the Strangers Chapter 1, we saw, and there was like a certain scene where like they were out, like, you know, they were coming to them on the porch and it was pitch black and you couldn't see it. And it was like the actor that was, you know, avoiding that sort, or they weren't avoiding, but it was like the most realistic thing that I could see happen in real life, where like they saw like a little child or whoever it was, I can't remember, and it's like they just chased after that bitch, and it was just like, rather than running back, it's like that's what I would probably do in a situation like that. Like, you're not about to scare me with your silhouette, I'm coming after you, right? And it was like that moment was like, oh my god, they, in a horror movie, they actually made the right decision for once. So I don't know, I would say those two things.
Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah. I think especially in the last like 20, 30 years, it doesn't make sense to have a car that doesn't start.
Okay, you know, one of them that, you know what, I'll kind of
drives me
piggyback.
nuts.
You know, honestly, probably like done it before, but like the dropping of the keys is another funny one. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
go
that's
hand in
another,
hand. I'm going to drop the keys, then I'm going to finally get them in, and then the car still won't start.
Yeah, or it's like, oh my god, hurry up, open the front door. Oh, got it. Just in time.
So I will say this. That's something as a writer you have to find a way around, which we did in-house. Because there was a part where it's like, if the car starts, the movie's over. But how do we get around it being like, the car won't start?
Right.
So it's something, but if you're creative, you can get around it. But that does frustrate me in 2025, where like, I have like, my car just, I don't have to crank it. Like, you just press the button now and it starts.
Right.
Like if I walk up to my car with my key in my pocket, I don't have to press unlock. It just unlocks for me at this point. So like, there are things that are now going to be really out of date in the next 10 years in regards to the car situation in horror movies. So writers are going to have to get a lot better at finding a way.
And cell phones are another thing as well, with like putting that, like, it's like, you know, everybody's got cell phones, and we're starting to have service about it everywhere. And
we might be the last movie to like,
not here.
We live somewhere without cell phone service.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember that scene in H2O when Jamie Lee Curtis is like running, or I think it's Jamie Lee, or it might be Michelle Williams, and they're like running, and she gets caught between the door and Michael, and she's got the biggest wad of keys I've ever seen in my life.
It's like a janitor's key ring,
And I think she like on like the second key she tries, she gets it, and you're like, wait a minute. Popped in my head too.
All right, man. It's time for some mini horror trivia.
Oh, okay.
Probably where I fucked up a little bit, because like you guys get on, you have fancy movie collections and the Halloween 4 poster, all kinds of shit. I was like, man, we'll take it easy on these guys, really easy.
What character from Scream 3?
What character from Scream 3 is the doppelganger of?
But the fun thing is, the first one who blurts it out is the one who gets it.
Oh, okay, so it's a race. Here we go.
At least each other. And remember, you're horror filmmakers, so if you screw up horror trivia, man, you lose street cred. Just to say it.
They take you out back and shoot you.
Yeah. Never be able to show yourself in Georgia again. All right, man, here we go. First one. Who's the killer in Friday the 13th?
Pamela Voorhees.
Yep.
Oh, look at Blair. Just immediately.
It's funny. I was just talking to a friend of mine about Deborah Voorhees from the one of the other Friday the 13th, and I said that in my head, Deborah, and I was like, it's not right, so I'm going to wait for someone else to say it, because if I say it wrong, it'll make me look even worse.
Oh,
gotta remember the name.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pamela.
I would have messaged her and been like, "Look, Deborah, they flub this up, dude.
Don't
you gotta
ever
get on
work with them."
Right.
Say no.
All right, man. Number 2. Who is Jamie Lee Curtis's mom?
Janet Leigh.
That's
Blair.
Oh, who got that one?
Man.
It was Blair.
Come on, brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you say-
Damn,
I-
two
I-
zip.
Come on.
Blair's a beast.
Yeah,
He's
Blair's
a beast.
savage with this.
Yeah, he is,
He's
dude.
on-
He's
yeah.
been drinking
He's
that
also-
fucking banana blast all day. He's ready.
Fired up. I've been studying, all right?
All right, man. Number 3. Who directed Jaws?
Oh,
Steven
Steven
Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I'm like too. I'm too.
Oh, yeah, I said that
slow
one
to
first.
answer. Yeah, I'm too slow to do this.
Give it to Wes. Give it to
think-
Wes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me have it.
I'll catch him back.
Damn,
I technically
okay.
said Miss Voorhees too, but I did not say the first name. So you get that one.
Ah. Look at that. Look at that, Blair. We're challenging your point here, buddy. All right, man. Number 4. What is the name of the clown in Stephen King's It?
Anyways,
Yeah.
we'll all just
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just all take that one together.
There we go, man.
Pennywise the
All right, man, this
dancing
one's-
clown, as a matter of
Yeah.
fact.
Oh, there we go. Look at Blair just flexing, dude. He's like, that's not good enough. Amateurs.
Same clown.
Use his full name. Pennywise Sprinkles the Clown. Here we go, man. This one's going to go quick. So, number
Phil Loomis.
5. Oh, there you got no.
I was gonna say,
What word does Danny write on the door in
Red
The
rum.
Shining?
Red rum, and it's forward backwards.
I don't know, Tyler.
All right, there we go, baby. Yes.
Blair took home.
yeah.
Well done, gentlemen.
What
you
a
get
shocker.
a Jackson figure. It's in the mail.
Nice, nice. Blair would get a Jackson figure, and I wouldn't.
It would go in my Tupperware box in the attic with all my other stuff.
I know.
Oh shit! All right, man.
Matching figure. We gotta get all
Matching
names going.
figure.
Corey, what's Corey?
We got to figure out the Corys.
Oh yeah.
Choreos.
I get a cereal?
Yeah.
A cereal.
Yeah, we got to make merch
Fuck
for
it,
all
dude.
this
They
shit
could be like
now.
little crowbars in there or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure that won't cost
Marshmallow
$1 billion.
Little crowbars and little crotches.
Oh my god!
Why are there cocks in my cereal, Wes?
It's a movie reference. It's our movie reference.
I do a lot of low blows.
Okay, that's so true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see? That makes sense.
I don't know why your mind
just
went
a-
to that, Wes, but
Yeah.
Parker Posey's on the.
Parker
I've only had
Posey and crotch shots.
one meal
Yeah.
today, so.
Parker Posey. Yeah.
Oh man.
All right, man. How can people stay up to date with The House Among the Trees?
The best way to stay up with The House Among the Trees is follow Eye for Eye Productions on Instagram and on Facebook. Go follow the House Among the Trees horror film Facebook page. Every time there's an update about a screening, any festival, submissions, awards, whatever that is, anything regarding the movie, that's the first place, and we post about it pretty much the moment we find out. So that's the best place to go. You can also follow each of us individually, and it's in some way, shape, or form, we are sharing everything as well. So, yep.
There's also a
Yeah.
website.
Blair
uh,
_Hoyle on everything.
And then I think Wes might actually just about to pipe in, but I just thought of it as well. There is
The website?
I always forget to.
That's
throw that,
okay.
'cause I'm
That's
like,
all right.
I always forget because I'm like, it's still like fucking incredible that we like have that. I'm so not used to saying that. We have a freaking website that Wes designed, and it's incredible. And it's got everything on there as well. It's got the teaser. It's got all the cast members, laurels, awards, anything, any info you can think of. It's all on there. So yeah.
I guess we should say what it is. It's thatmovie.com with 2 T's. So
I'm so good at this.
THATT. Yeah, THATT movie.com.
Oh, PR Jones over there in the corner.
All right, there you have it, horror fam. Support these indie filmmakers, my friends.
Yes,
Do it
thank
up.
Yeah, if you're in
God.
Kentucky on July 17th,
Yep. Hopefully we'll see you there.
yes, please come to the Kentucky premiere at the Kentucky Theater.
There you go, horror fam. Be there or be.
Steven will be there.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
Colin, we love you. All right, man. Yeah, thank y'all for coming on and talking some horror with us, man. You guys are badass. Really appreciate it, dude.
Thank you
Yeah,
for
thank
having
you.
me.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Like this was awesome. Seriously.
Yeah, this was a good time.